Hi guys, it's Kieran from Andy Biggs Watersports here. Super exciting new board arrived at the shop today. This is my brand new Kai Lenny Vault Quatro SUP Surf. So it is the Surf Pro. This board is just, yeah, beautiful looking. First of all, I just want to, before I even start going through the tech talk of this board, have a look at that. How beautiful is that board? So they've gone with the colorway that they've used on the Super K, so the KT Super K. They've sort of gone with that design, sorry, not colorway, that design. It is the classic Kai Lenny colors. You look at any Kai Lenny video, it's almost like the Red Bull colors, isn't it? You've got the blue with the sort of red finishing on it, which I just love. So this board is the Surf Pro. They've got 3 boards in the range. I'm just going to be covering the Surf Pro today. What this board is, it's just going to be that shortboard feel on a SUP surf. So you've just got that shortboard rocker, which I'll go through more in a minute, all the outline of the board, the single concave along the bottom of it. It just all adds to how this board is going to perform and feel on the water. So yeah, I haven't been out on it yet, literally just come out of the box. So what this is just going to be is just a tech talk through the board, going through all the features, all the small details. But this is a super exciting board to come out. Most people didn't really know that Quatro did SUP surf. A lot of people in the SUP surf industry would have. But yeah, this is a super exciting board to come out, not just because it's a tie-up with Kai Lenny, but just because of the shaping of the boards and what they're going to bring to people on the water. So I think it's going to be game-changing for a lot of people. Obviously, this is quite a mid-sized one for around this way, considered small. I'm pretty light. I'll get away with it, I hope. So yes, there'll be a video coming out soon of me out on it, either at Witterings or Hailing, or I'll have to shoot down to Gwyvion or somewhere like that to go out on it. I can't really stop staring at the board. This could be an issue through the whole video. First thing I want to cover is the rocker on this board. They have gone with a shortboard style of rocker on the board. So it's going to give you that shortboard feel on a SUP without compromise going into the maneuvers. So that is that there. So yeah, so for just unlocking your turns, throwing out top turns to bottom turns, this is just going to help. And if you're at the level where you can just throw a top turn off the lip, it's just going to make that a lot easier. So the second thing I want to talk about is the rails. They have got a downturned rail to hide all of that volume. So you're getting a bit more volume for the width that you have. And all this is going to do is keep all of that stability in the board without taking away from control or how you can just throw the board around. So there you go. So that is just, yeah, a nice little thing there. We all know that going too narrow on a SUP surf can just cause some issues while paddling. This is just going to mean while you're paddling into the wave, you've got all that control, but once you're on the wave, you can just throw this board about still. So on the board, you've got a single concave. What this is going to do is just give you more speed and lift through every maneuver, and it's just going to give you more drive and power going through different sections of the wave. So if you've got a smaller section, you're trying to power through it, it's just going to keep that speed going so you can make it back to the critical section of the wave again, which is what everybody wants. That paired with a rocker on the front, which is just going to give you just more speed and flow on the wave as well and through the maneuvers. It just pairs up perfectly to just give you a shortboard feel, but on a board that is just going to get you through smaller sections, or on smaller days it's just going to get you going so you can just start throwing out those turns on smaller waves. So every bit of design, the outline of the board, the concave, the rocker, where the fins are, all of it is just meant to make the board as responsive and radical on the wave as possible. So whether you're doing some just quick, carvy, top to bottom turns, or you're doing some really locked in, longer banking turns on bigger waves, this board is going to give you that stability while paddling into the wave, while you're on the wave, throwing out turns from multiple different levels. So yeah, whipping those top turns, just slowly carving along gently along sort of a 3-foot wave. Whether you're survival, SUP surfing in some 10-foot waves, this board is going to unlock absolutely everything for you. So I think the main thing is having a board of this size that's still nice and stable while you're paddling it. It hasn't gone for some sharp beveled rails. It's not going to be super unstable while paddling it. So that is how they've managed to get that width back down on it again. But you just look at the outline of the board. It's sort of looking like it is a short board, but almost that stretched out gun shape. So it's going to give you that glide, but it's giving you that maneuverability, which is just, yeah, everything that you need on a SUP surfboard. The construction. So it is the Hyperskin full sandwich layup. So it is a carbon board. You've got the biaxial glass rail bands, which is just that glossy look that I was showing you. Fused cell core. So yeah, it is just strong, it is light. Fins, or the fin boxes. You've got 5 FCS2 fin boxes, so I'm going to be riding this thruster, so just for those smaller to mid waves, which is what we really get around here. It's just going to give you more top to bottom sort of style surfing, so just sort of carving along gently on the waves. It's going to be good. So I normally used to ride quad on my 8.2 Spice, but with this I'm going to go thruster. I will be getting 2 more fins, so I just got it as a thruster. It's just for if I go to bigger waves, then I can go quad. But so if you are going quad, it's just going to be for those more drawn out turns on the bigger waves, on those big days where you just want more grip on the waves. That's going to be perfect. Just going on from that, on the thruster setup that I've gone with, I have just gone with the MFC Kai large fins. So obviously the board says Kai. You got Kai's logo in 2 places on the board. You have then got Kai on the fins. This is just the sort of the Kai Lenny fanboy dream, this board. So yeah, I think it's a nice little touch. I mean, he's put a lot of work into designing these with Keith. That yeah, just going through everything. I mean, a lot of what they do, the boys out of Maui are always putting in a lot of thought together on different things. So I'm sure it wasn't just those 2, but yeah, Kai has put a lot into this, and I just like the little touches that even on the fins, they are the Kai fins. So the last thing to cover is the deck pads. So the kick pad at the back, that's just give you that much more locked in feel when you are throwing out those sharp turns. So you just get to the back of the board, throw it in, don't feel like you're going to slide off the back. I do like that. I have slipped off many a board in my time winging and sup surfing. I think it's more just a skill issue. But yeah, I do like having that locked in feel when you're just going along, sometimes on a smaller wave as well. You just really want to step back and just throw a turn before you come off the wave. You see the wave dying out. So kick pad's always good. And then the rest of the deck pad is 50% lighter than your conventional deck pad. So that's a big weight saving. Goya Quattro KT, they've been big on that at the moment. So on this board, you've got going from the smallest to biggest, 80 litre, which is 7.6 by 26, the 92, which is 7.8 by 27, the 104, which is this board here, which is 8 foot by 28.5. You've got 116 litre, which is 8.2 by 29.5. I think that's going to be the go-to for a lot of people. That board just sounds like perfect dimensions. You've got the 130, which is 8.4 by 30, which is, I think, for your slightly bigger guy or less confident sup surfer, that's going to be the go-to board. And then the 144, which is 8.6 by 31, which is just such a safe sizing for someone to go for who wants to unlock more in the waves or just loves the look of the board. And they're thinking, right, I want to get into sup surfing, I want to step down a size, I want to go for one of the Kai Lenny Vault boards. 144 or the 130 is the way to go. I think those intermediate riders, the 104 to 116 is going to be the way to go. And for very advanced riders, extremely lightweight people, 80 litre and 92 litre. But realistically, in the UK, no one's going to be using those sizes. So yeah, 104 to 116, I think, for those intermediate advanced riders in the UK, or lighter weight people. And then for the intermediate riders, I don't think it's a board for beginners. I think lighter weight people, or if you've already had a sup surf board, but you're still not thinking you're unlocking your potential on your current board, 144 and 130 are going to be the way to go. But don't jump to it if you're still in your early days of sup surfing. I think that's going to be the standout statement there. But the 144, I mean, 8.6 by 31, you don't quite have the length to generate that speed if your paddling ability isn't quite there yet. But the width, that's going to be super stable. So yeah, I mean, that is going to be it really on the board until I can get it out on the water and do a video on it. But yeah, I mean, who's not excited about something that Kai Lenny has released, if I'm being honest? I mean, you look at the board, and as soon as Bubble showed this to me, I just thought, right, I need to get that board in my life. I just loved the design. I mean, it wasn't solely just because it was a Kai Lenny board. It does help, but you know, when one of the world's best sup surfers has helped design a board, it's going to be an absolute machine. And I just think the width of it is what sold it for me. I wanted something a bit narrower, but I didn't want to go too short, and it's just going to do the job. So yeah, that is that for today. Kai Lenny Vault Quattro SUP Surf Pro. Yeah, cheers for watching. I'll do a review on all the other boards. We're going to meet up with Andy Chambers, who's the KT Quattro Goya rep in the UK, go for a SUP surf, do an on-the-water review, and I can go through all the other models. Last thing that I forgot to mention, you get the Kai Lenny sticker pack with it. So even if you don't want the board, buy a board, so you can get the Kai Lenny sticker pack. It makes a lot of sense.